tracks today.
Yeah. I need them bands, run it up fast, stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way, nigga just tryna be safe. Leaving the house with the glizzy, nigga.
Let's get to the sports talk.
And I'm very excited to see all of you guys at the games. I'm looking forward to giving 110%. Thank you for having me back here in LA. I know sometimes people don't get second chances, but when you do get a second chance, you kind of make sure you do the best you can do, so it wipes away everything that happened the first time. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to have an unbelievable season, and I can't wait to put on the purple and gold and tear down some rims, block some shots, and hug some fans. I'll see you at Staples.
Dwight Howard, obviously hoping for a fresh start there, said Wednesday during a conference call with reporters that his life away from the court hit rock bottom this past summer. He said, quote, "It didn't have anything to do with basketball. It was just stuff going on in my personal life, mentally, physically, spiritually. It was personal things that I had to deal with, which made me stronger." So, Nick, Dwight personally is obviously putting a lot, is riding for him on this. But what are your expectations for the Lakers with him this season? Do you think that he'll be able to deliver for them?
No, I don't have much of an expectation for Dwight at all. We know what he's given the last couple seasons. I'm happy for him. He seems to be in a better mental and physical place in the moment. But Rach, when you look at where Dwight is at this point in his career, I'm surprised so much.
I want to get him the opportunity because what he did in Charlotte. I know it was a couple years back, but that's the only reason he still got a job. He still can give you solid numbers, but it's up to him how he gonna step up this season and help out the Lakers. If he gonna be that Charlotte or that Wizard. Like, he did all right when he came back with the Wizards, but that's only he got a job. Because he still could give you little numbers. He still could do a little things for the team. But, yeah, that's why he got a job.
Being made out of it, just because when you've watched him the last couple seasons when he's been on the floor, you're kind of like, like that's it. So I'm not expecting Dwight to do much at all, and I'm still a little surprised that the Lakers went with Dwight instead of a guy like Joakim Noah, who would know his role on that team. Dwight's never been asked to be a backup center playing 10, 15 minutes a game. Noah knows that he's at the last stage potentially. I thought that would have been a better fit for where the Lakers are at now.
You got 48 minutes split up, right? And you have JaVale McGee, who is shown that he's best and most effective when he plays 20 to 25 minutes because of his asthma issues. So really the baseline for Dwight is come in, play 25 minutes a game, not cause problems, and stay healthy. I think those are achievable goals here. And if he is really going to take what he's saying to heart, he can really be a nice piece because it's a veteran minimum contract. We're still thinking of him as Dwight Howard. Oh my gosh, he's not Dwight Howard. Okay, fine.
But what is he now?
He's a veteran minimum contract who could give you 12 and 12.
Why do you think they did choose him over Joe Noah?
I think because he provides at his best, the physicality and the rim protection and the defensive presence they'd like to have alongside Anthony Davis, more so than Joakim Noah would.
The problem there, though, is Noah is one of those guys in a locker room who makes everybody around him better in almost all cases, save for Jimmy Butler at the end.
It just, he probably did a better workout than Joakim Noah. He still could protect the rim. I watched a couple games. The Dwight still could protect the rim for him. All he got to do is just give him little numbers and just play. Like, he still could do that block, contest, all that for them. That's why they picked him over. They like his physical, what he can do for him. Like, he can give him little numbers. He don't need to do too much. Just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, right. In Chicago, but with Joakim, he knows what he would go into with LeBron, a guy he's gone against for a long, long time. Those two have had plenty of verbal battles. He knows that leadership presence he can give. Dwight, historically, has always been a guy who has rocked the boat over and over, and now he knows he's got his last chance, but I don't see how anybody could come into this feeling like Dwight is really, really ready to contribute in a major way. When we've seen Dwight on the floor the last couple seasons, what has he done?
Did Dwight Howard ever get a standoff with his coach and get exiled from his team like Joakim Noah did in New York?
Dwight demolished a couple locker rooms because he didn't fit in with
how much are
everybody else.
chemistry concerns a thing for this Lakers team? I think that you have a different. You've a set.
He's talking about the locker room. You don't know what go on behind closed doors. Anybody can tell you anything. You don't know that. Joakim Noah fighting with his coach in New York. That's why he got cut from the team. So how you gonna get on Dwight with Joakim Noah basically the same way? You know what I say? If you think you know everything, like you know what I say, he the same way. What you do if he don't do good with Frank Vogel? He gonna cuss him out and get cut? So what's your argument? Dwight probably had a better workout than him. And they see something that they like in Dwight, so they went to go get him.
It's a different locker room from last year.
Yeah.
So what do you think the chemistry issues are going to be there? Do you think that Dwight Howard fits in? Do you think he doesn't fit in?
That's going to be the question. Who's going to gravitate in that locker room? Now, he name-checked Rajon Rondo and JaVale McGee, I believe, yesterday as the guys that he spoke, and Anthony Davis, as the guys he spoke to about coming in to play for this team. If one of them are going to have his back, I think that puts him in a good position because he's going to need allies in that locker room. And that's going to be whether he fills a minimum requirement, just being a guy who puts up stats, or if he's a guy who actually brings something to the culture here and can fulfill this kind of manifest destiny he's kind of saying, where he's saying, you know, I'm a big believer in numbers and new beginnings. It's been 7 years since I was first acquired by the Lakers. And, you know, he believes it at least enough to put it out there in the universe. If he can back it up through his actions, then he has a chance of being really a plus addition, really taking off the scrap beat at the last second because of DeMarcus Cousins.
I mean, it's all a gamble, right? I mean, DeMarcus Cousins was a little bit of a gamble for them just because of health concerns, right? And those health concerns proved to be true to a degree because he got injured again before he even got started with the Lakers. Dwight Howard is a gamble. Joakim Noah would have been a gamble too, for all kinds of reasons. Health reasons, chemistry reasons, it's all the same thing.
But I'd add this about Joakim. He was beloved in Memphis. He was beloved for the majority of his time in Chicago. The New York stuff was a blip because he was so miserable, and they were so miserable
in his hometown.
With the contract.
Do you think the Hollywood is hell came back at him and LeBron wasn't so sure about having him on the team? I don't know.
I always remember this, and this goes back now almost a decade, but I asked Joakim in the summer of 2010, and they had some big battles already with the Cavs and LeBron. I said, did you talk to LeBron during the free agency process trying to recruit him to Chicago? Because there were a lot of people in Chicago that thought Bosh was coming, Wade was coming, and LeBron was that last piece. And I still remember he looked at me and he goes, I called LeBron. LeBron did not call me back. So who knows how long of a grudge that may or may not be. And to Dave's point, maybe they just thought Dwight would be better in the moment. My point is this.
That's probably why they didn't bring Joakim Noah in. They don't know if LeBron and Joakim could coexist. They don't know if they squashed it or they still beefing. Why would you want that mixture in the locker room? You trying to make this team come together and see how it works and make a run for a championship. You don't want that to demolish your season. That's why they probably didn't bring him in. They don't know how they is towards each other now. Did they squash it or are they still beefing? Do they get along or no, they don't? They don't want to have that in your locker room. So they went with Dwight Howard at the moment.
Noah knows his role at this stage in his career. He knows what he's able to provide. Historically, he's a great locker room guy. In the last couple seasons, what have we seen from Dwight Howard that would lead you to believe that he's going to come in and make any difference at all?
But if Joakim Noah was so great in Memphis, why hasn't he just gone back to Memphis?
because Memphis is in a total.
But if he was a great locker room guy,
he was beloved in Memphis, but he's not going to provide that much.
Beloved, I think
that's the whole difference, though. He's not going to provide much at all. And what you're saying is Dwight has a chance to give them something. I don't see it, though.
Well, it'll be interesting. I don't think anything will wipe away what happened here with Kobe and all the history with that Lakers team and just how spectacularly that all blew up. That being said, if he is able to have, as you point out, just a serviceable season, doesn't cause problems, it will be an interesting rewriting of someone's NBA story in a way that we haven't quite seen before. So I'm curious to see how all of that pans out.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.